thank you for taking the time to come here today. My name is Elvin, and this is Isaiah, and our project had to do with the UNL State Museum. So before I talk to you about our solution and what we did, I'll just give you some background information. So the overall goal of our project was to help automate the current reservation system that I'll talk about later, to just help reduce staff burden as well as their workload, and to help improve the educator experience when reserving these programs at the museum for their students. So a little bit about the museum. They were founded in 1871, and annually they have roughly 90,000 annual visitors, 25,000 of those being students from kindergarten up to seniors in high school. And the museum hopes to promote this science education by giving them this hands-on experience with these programs, and they hope to inspire these students and maybe even train future scientists and educators by igniting this passion in them that they might not have known before they visited the museum. So next, I will talk about a little bit of our sponsors and those that helped us make this project successful. So those sponsors being Adam, Megan, Caroline, Emily, Jason, and Rachel. With their feedback and insight, it was very helpful when we had any questions. They gave us a lot of direction whenever we needed it, and they were just very helpful during our sponsor meetings, making it a conversation rather than interview style. I'm just talking to you and you're answering questions. It was very much a dialogue, talking back and forth, and they just made it very fun and very exciting. So next, I'll talk about the faculty and the staff that were there to help us behind the scenes. So first, our project manager was William Browning, our tribe lead was Bonita Sharif, and our coach was Teresa Krupika. So their invaluable insights from inside the industry were able to help us a lot of the stuff behind the scenes that you guys don't get to see, but their advice and direction also gave us a lot of help when working on this project for the past 8 months. And next, I'll get into the student team. So as I said, my name is Elvin. I was the product manager and the squad lead. Isaiah was the development manager, and our 4 other developers that are downstairs boothing right now are Adam, Matthew, Lance, and Abdel. Although we all didn't have the same roles, we all played each significantly the same big role while making this project happen. So as I mentioned earlier, what we're trying to do is automate that reservation system. So imagine you're a teacher trying to reserve a gallery or planetarium for your students at the museum. Right now, you have to just go through a Google form, fill it out, press submit, and wait. You have to wait for pretty much Megan to email you back saying, oh, this is available or this isn't available. And there's just a lot of communication back and forth, emailing back and forth. So what we wanted to do was automate that process so that these emails get sent out automatically, and that the programs and the times that they're trying to reserve these programs aren't showing up as available. So when they're going to submit the form, it is only submitting what is available and what they can submit. And by doing it this way, we hope to free up a lot of Megan's time, because she's primarily the reservation specialist. So she works a lot with those reservations, as well as just making a better experience for these educators and these teachers when they're reserving these programs. And next, I'll pass it off to Isaiah to talk specifically about our solution.
So our actual website has a reservation form, and this is the first page right here. The educators or teachers or whoever might be filling out the form will share their personal contact information here. So their first name, last name, what school or organization they belong to, and contact information like their email and phone number. If you see at the top, or I guess right above the contact information text, there's a clickable progress bar that lets them easily navigate around the page. So if we continue on down the form, the educators asked what type of program they want to reserve. So if they're just coming in themselves, they'll select a self-guided visit. They can also select a gallery or planetarium, which are unique experiences that the State Museum staff provides. So that handles that. They can also schedule a virtual learning program, which is an online program. And then they can also check out kits, and they can use these kits for education purposes, like using them in their curriculum. Moving on, here's an example of some of the galleries you can select. So we have a whole list of galleries and planetariums, and they can select which ones they want and also select how many of each one they want. And then here we have the admin view, which we won't go too in detail to, but it allows our admins to approve or deny reservations that get sent in. It also lets them manage their resources, like if they want to add a new gallery, they're able to. If they want to change a gallery, they can. And if they want to delete it, they can. So the admin view lets the museum staff handle a lot of these sort of occurrences that could happen and helps them be able to use their own website completely autonomously. So when the user finishes their submission, it will send out an email right here. And here's an example of a test email. So this email gets sent to them and to the museum staff, and then on their end, they use this email to enter into their system and make sure that everything works. And then if everything's good, they'll get a confirmation email sent back to them by the museum staff, and then they'll attend their reservation whenever it is. The users also have the ability to change their submitted form. So if something comes up, they're able to change it. And that sort of covers a lot of what the user experience looks like on this project. So the overview of what we went over is that we made a system that's much more easy to use for both the museum staff and for users and teachers. This will be used by over 25,000 students. So having a good system makes it much better for both the educators and the museum staff. The project has both the guest view, which we went over, and the admin view, which the museum staff handles, and then it also sends out automated emails. And for us, we gained a lot in terms of professional development and working on a real project with real clients and stakeholders. And we really learned to think about what the users want. And we got to dive into the realm of project management to get everything done on time.
And with respect to time, I don't think we will be taking any questions, but if you do have any, we're on floor 2 downstairs.